Welcome back to Buckeye Country Creations. Today's video is going to be in collaboration with 9 other creators here on YouTube. We're going to share our thrifting trips and our hauls with you today. So sit back, relax, and let's take a trip into the past. We're going to start in a little town called Potosi, Missouri, which is located in southeast Missouri. And the first place we're going to stop at is Reed's Antiques. So let's see what goodies we can find. When you're thrifting for antiques or flea market finds, you might want to consider being intentional and finding unique pieces like this gas pump here. This was very unique, and I think it's the first one I've seen in a flea market. But consider the theme of your house that you're going for. And if you like teacups, if you have a collection of teacups, that might be what you want to consider looking for. If you like baskets or cast iron, look at this collection of cast iron skillets here. This place can definitely fix you up. But kind of be intentional and have an idea of what you might be looking for when you go. But then again, be open to the unique things that you might find and the unexpected treasures that you will find. Another tip I'm going to share with you is to set yourself a budget that you want to spend or that you will allow yourself to spend during antiquing or thrifting, because it is very easy to get wrapped up and just to buy everything in sight and then get home and you really don't have a place to display it, and so that you end up just packing it away in boxes, and you don't want to do that. I mean, unless it's like seasonal decor. But just kind of have an idea of where you're going to display your items or how you're going to display your items, and try to stick within your budget that you set for yourself. And remember, when you're shopping in antique stores, you're going to find unique, hard to find items that are old and not be readily available anymore. So the prices are going to be a little higher in an antique store, but you're paying for that person to go out and find those items and then bring them in and clean them up, whatever, and then display them. But your items that you're going to find are going to be very unusual, like this train. I don't think I've ever seen a train like that before. But just be prepared that your prices in an antique store or an antique mall are going to be a little higher than those that you might find in a thrift shop or in a flea market. I absolutely love this telephone here. I've always wanted to have one in my house, but I just haven't pulled the trigger and bought it yet. And look at all this beautiful fiesta ware. So very pretty. Yellow and blue. That just screams summer to me. The yellow and the blue. So, so pretty. And does this shelf not remind you of your grandmother's kitchen? Look at that old Crisco can and the old flour canisters. This just reminds me so much of my Granny Reed's kitchen in Louisiana. I just love it. I love the way they have it displayed. And the pretty rattan baskets up top. So pretty. This wall decor caught my eye. I thought, wow, I don't think I have seen anything like this in years. And usually they're a lot bigger than this. But of course, you know me, I love rolling pins and I love anything that screams historical use in the kitchen. It's $6 for the whole collection. I didn't think was very bad at all. And look at this cute little butter churn. And the coffee grinder. Are these not unique? And of course, if you know me at all, I'm drawn in by the rolling pins. And then this kitchen cabinet. I have seen Hoosier cabinets before, but this was definitely a unique find, as was this rolling pin. But I have never seen anything like this kitchen cabinet. I just thought it was very unique and different, and really not too outrageously priced. And who knows about these old wooden dominoes? And then this section was downstairs, and it was a vintage treasure trove. Vintage hats, vintage dresses, vintage jewelry and purses, gloves even, handbags. You guys, I was in absolute heaven down here. I probably could have spent 2 to 3 hours just in this one area downstairs at the Reed's Antique Shop. I was just in awe at all of the beautiful items that were down here. It took me a while just to get out of this one section here that had hats and gloves, like these beautiful gloves. And these headpieces with the little netting that comes down over your face. Are those not beautiful? And the costume jewelry. Man, I'm telling you what, if you were going to an old fashioned party, you could definitely get your costume in this shop. And here are some more of the old items. I mean, look at these Barbie cases that you kept your Barbie dolls in. I know those have to be from the 60s or the 70s because I remember my cousin had one like that. But then look at these vintage dresses. I couldn't help but think about my mother and my mother-in-law must have worn dresses like this, and maybe even my grandmother. Because, I mean, back in the day, y'all, they were styling and they were classy and they were well kept. Their hair was always done up. Man, I'm telling you, I was just in heaven down here with these vintage dresses. Okay, who remembers the rabbit fur jackets and the mink stoles and the mink wraps? I have not seen these in years, especially in this good of a condition. And I remember seeing that cake taker in my maternal grandmother's kitchen. And oh, look at these beautiful copper colored canisters. Wouldn't these be gorgeous to transition into fall with if you were doing copper as your accent color? Hmm. And then look at all these character glasses. Who remembers getting these from like McDonald's or Burger King or something like that? Even some of them, I think, even came with jelly in them. The next store we went into was Vintage Charm, and it's located at 109 North Missouri Street in Potosi, Missouri. It has a great selection of primitive items, vintage toys, coins, antiques, mineral rocks, and a lot more. So if you're ever in Potosi, Missouri, make sure you check out Vintage Charm. I was very intrigued by these milk glass pieces and was not quite sure what it was until I picked up the other one and it had a description on the bottom of it that told me what it was. It was a lab funnel. I was like, okay, I guess that would make sense, but I was just like, I really had no clue what it was, but I thought they were very unique. And I liked this little cream pitcher because, if you've watched any of my other videos, I have a collection of cream pitchers and then just kind of small white pitchers, the ironstone that I display in my kitchen. Isn't this a pretty little blue bowl? So pretty, but I'm not sure I could use it. And what a unique find is this lamp. Talk about a conversation starter. Would definitely be a conversation starter. So I'm just going to move on and let's go around in this booth and see what items we can find in here. Walking into this booth and seeing this setup with this rattan chair definitely brought back senior picture moments for me because I graduated in the mid 80s, and if any of you guys graduated in the 80s, I'm sure that brings back senior picture moments for you. This piece really was unique and different for me. I don't think I've ever seen a dispenser for liquids that was this detailed and elegant. So pretty. Be very pretty for a wedding, or a wedding reception rather, or even a bridal shower or something like that. Excuse my finger there, it kind of got in the way. And this item was unique. I wasn't quite sure what you would do with it though. I guess you put a candle in it maybe. And the Pillsbury Doughboy dolls. My sister Sheila and I both had one of these dolls, and I had it up until 4 years ago when my house burnt, and I had kept it ever since I was a kid. But one year for Christmas I received one and she received one for Christmas presents. Our next stop is at Forever Antiques Antique Mall that's located at 5091 Flat River Road, Highway 67 in Farmington, Missouri. They have over 30,000 square feet of antiques, furniture, primitives, and a lot of different items. So make sure that if you're ever in Farmington that you go by and check them out. If you are in the market for unique and hard to find antique items, this is the place to come, because I see things here that I don't normally see anywhere else, like these cookie cutters. Yes, this cookie cutter is priced a little higher than most, but like I said, these are hard to find, unique antique items that have been curated by the booth owners here. But it's definitely worth the trip, if nothing else, just to walk down through and see all these unique items that these vendors have been able to locate and put on display here and put for sale. I thought this cabinet here, or this pie safe rather, was very unique. I really loved it. It would have been so cute in my kitchen, but then again, I just, but it's still very unique and very pretty. And these ceramic eggs, you could put them in a little basket on your kitchen counter. That would be very cute. Very cute way to display them. And rustic milk cans are a way to add a touch of charm to your farmhouse decor if you're doing a farmhouse. And I love this display back here. This old, I guess, chicken coop, I guess it was. And then this old phone. This is the one that just has just the one round receiver with almost what you call like a string cord. That was very unique. I thought it was a very good find. And then here, one of the old rotary style phones. Do you think the kids today would know how to really use either one of those? I'm not sure. And look at this beautiful vintage Victorian couch. But this booth was simply a rental booth. They rented out their items for weddings and such. My brother-in-law thought that he could buy that couch for $40, and I'm like, no, that's a daily rental for that. And yes, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted the rooster. But even more importantly, I spotted this old sewing cabinet. And then this beautiful pumpkin fall-like ceramic kitchenware. Fritz and Floyd, I think is what it was called. It was such a beautiful collection. And man, let me tell you, if I had had a china hutch, I probably would have bought a few of these pieces because they were not badly priced. And then this Ivy dishware, I have never ever seen anything like this. And each vase was like $2 each. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I looked at it and then I looked at it again. I'm like, yeah, that says $2 each. So there you go. And the different shapes and sizes, but each single piece was $2. Tell me that was not a great find. And then look at all of the roosters, you guys. Oh my, I may have to get one today. And then all of this stoneware that's up here. Antique malls and antique shops are also a great place to pick up display tips because some of these vendors have come up with the most unique way to display their pieces. And this was my most unique find of the day. This is an old barber's sink. Is that not something else, you guys? And this is something I've never seen before, a wooden bowling ball. Never seen one before. And this was a unique find. This was a recipe book that had not only the recipe and the step-by-step directions, but it also had the pictures. So I guess if you couldn't read, which back then not everyone could read, you knew what to do simply by looking at the pictures, because on the front it showed you everything you needed for the recipe and what you to make it, and showed you how to do it step by step using not only words but also photos. I thought that was very neat. And this beautiful old store counter, man, you talk about making a beautiful island in somebody's house. And I just kept looking at this old store counter, just imagining how many people have stood in front of this and possibly bought flour and sugar and corn and different items that they needed, bolts of material and things like that. I thought that was a great piece of history. I hope you are enjoying this trip down memory lane with me and looking at all these old historical pieces that used to be in someone's home and used to grace someone's table, someone's kitchen. And I hope you get some type of enjoyment out of the video today. If you like Homer Laughlin china, here's a set that you could definitely buy, and it's very well priced. I hope you enjoyed those videos and the different flea markets and antique shops that I visited today. So now I'm going to share with you some of the items that I picked up during my thrifting trip. One of the first ones I picked up, I gotta bend over here and pick it up, is of course this rolling pin. You know how I am with rolling pins. I picked it up. I'm gonna add it to the collection that I already have. I think I gave $6 for this. So, but it's a solid wood rolling pin. So that's one of the first things I picked up. So the next thing I picked up was another one of these bottles that I can make vanilla flavoring in. It was $2. So, of course, it has the, where you just, well, it don't want to cooperate, where you just pop the top. I know I'm going to be replacing this rubber piece, but that was $2, so I couldn't pass that up because that's the full size. So I picked that up. The next thing I picked up were these metal wall decorations. And I won't use all of them, but it was all 5 of them for $6. This is a mini rolling pin, and I will probably paint them a different color. I'm not sure. This is a coffee grinder, and this is a butter churn. So those 3 I will be using for sure. This is a blower bag for the fireplace, which I won't be using that. And then the next one is, I think this is a flour grinder, but I'm not sure what this is, but I may or may not be using that one. Okay, the next item that I picked up is this fall, what I call fall looking garland. It's got the little rustic stars on it, and I paid $6.69. I paid $6.99 for a bundle, and I got 2 of these. And then the next item that I picked up were these cute little pumpkin plates. They're salad plates, but I got a set of 2, 3, 5 of them for $6. But I thought these would be adorable in my little plate rack on the wall for fall. And they can go all the way through Thanksgiving. They can go through Halloween, Thanksgiving, plumb up to Christmas till I start decorating for Christmas. So that's my haul for my trip. I didn't purchase a whole lot this time because I'm doing more intentional thrifting and antiquing now. So I'm very picky about what I buy, but make sure that you go down and check out the other creators that are in this collaboration with me, and remember that their links will be listed in the description box. All you have to do is just click on their link and it will send you straight over to their video. And if you're watching this video from one of the other creators, I appreciate you so much coming and watching my video, and I really hope you will think about subscribing to my channel and maybe checking out some of my other videos. So thank you again so much for watching, and remember what I always say, make sure you take time to go out and make those memories with the ones you love. God bless you, and thanks again for watching.